My story of salvation is one of a faithful, long-suffering wife. Amy, my wife, started attending Cornerstone service in 2000, but I never followed the church. One day she invited me to go with her for an evening service, and so I went. But that was the first time I had attended Cornerstone service, and I have to say that I was so offended by the message and by the way it was delivered that I said I would never ever go to Cornerstone again. Over the next few years, I sent Amy to church every Sunday, but I didn't attend service with her. I sat downstairs, had my coffee, and read my newspapers. During that time, my career was on the rise, things were looking very good, things were rosy at work, and I felt that I didn't need God in my life. However, in 2004, things started to get very difficult at work. I was facing a lot of challenges, and I realized at that point in time that I was lost. I didn't have anyone to turn to, and I didn't know how to get myself out from the downward spiral that I was in. Then one day, my wife asked me if I would pray to God for help, and with my accounting mind on, from where I was standing, I figured I didn't have anything to lose. There was no downside, there was only upside. So I did. I prayed to God for help to get me out of the situation, not knowing whether He would be listening still after the long time that I'd been away from Him. But God heard, and in His infinite mercy and grace, He started to help turn things around in my life. And for the first time in a long while, I could finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. I started going to church after that with Amy, but because I still wasn't comfortable with the way the message was being delivered, I attended the worship, but I would still then go back downstairs for my coffee and my newspaper. This continued for another year or so, but slowly my heart was turned to wanting to hear the messages and understanding what God's word meant. In 2005, I finally decided to make myself sit through one of the messages, and I actually found myself agreeing with the preacher and with the way in which the messages were delivered, and I found it to be a very refreshing change from the usual run-of-the-mill stuff I usually hear about. I started attending the full service after that, and Pastor Young was the main reason why I felt drawn to Cornerstone. In 2006, Amy finally led me to Christ while we were attending church camp in KL. My wife's long years of prayer for my salvation finally came true, and in 2007 I was baptized. Amy told me that she never doubted over the years that I would be saved because the Lord had given her a vision back in 2002 that I would be saved. So God is faithful, God is patient, and you should never underestimate the power of a praying wife or the power of a fiery preacher. And this is my story.